Hello and good morning. I thought I'd try something a little different today and do an actual hair tutorial. So, not really sure how to do it, but we'll start. Hello and good morning. This is what I'm working with today. My hair type, I'd say, it depends on where you look, because it is anywhere from some 2B all the way through probably a 3C. Most of my curls come in the front, the back of my head, not so much for some reason, but this is a mess. Let me start you off with the basics first. Never brush curly hair dry. I'm going to use the unbrush because I can. This is why you don't brush curly hair dry. It rips, and also it frizzes, so don't do it. So let's get your hair wet. If you're uncertain of what your curl pattern is, curl type, curl pattern, same difference. You can find out. Like, Google has a bunch of different pictures. Here's one of them. You can study that picture all you want, but what you want to do is when your hair is wet, you're going to brush it out from the bottom up. Don't start up by your roots, because what's going to happen is your roots, it's going to drag a knot, and then when you pull out, you're going to have a big old, you see that fluffy? That's all knots now. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm just teaching you. So I've learned there are a lot of people out there who are just learning that they have a curl pattern. They have a pattern. Whether it be wavy, curly, coily, you know what I mean? I have some coils in there too. It doesn't matter what race you are. Curl patterns, people who have textured hair can come in any shape and size and color. So anyways, you want to start with, you get yourself a detangle brush. There are all kinds out there. There are even people who can get away with a chunky comb like this. I have all kinds. So chunky combs work. We have the Tangle Teaser. This is the actual Tangle Teaser. You don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on a brush either. This was, I think, $18. This got from the TikTok shop. Also about 18 bucks or whatever. You find them on Amazon and so on. Just get yourself a wet brush. You see what I did there? I started from the top. Sometimes I'm not a good curly hair girl, and I don't listen to my own advice. But for the most part, you want to start from the bottom and get brushed out with wet hair. So if you type in, say, an Amazon or Google or whatever, a wet detangle brush or a wet brush, something like that. There's all kinds. Now, you will have like your Denman brush. There are different types of brushes that you use that are not for detangling. And a Denman brush is one of them. That's a brand. This I got from Pattern Beauty. I didn't get it from, I bought it at Ulta or whatever. But anyways, Pattern Beauty. This is it's very dense, very structured. It does not have any like real give. A lot of detangle brushes will have very flexible what do you call this, bristles. They're flexible, and that's to help go through the hair so that you're not yanking on it. So if I were to take this, even with the hair I just brushed, it gets caught up at the very end. Okay, but this type of brush is to enhance your curls. This is something to make your curls more defined. It's a defining brush, not a detangle brush. So I always have problems with the back of my head. And I'll tell you why. This is why I'm not a good curly hair girl 100% of the time. I don't sleep with a bonnet. What is a bonnet? It's this. Get yourself a bonnet and get yourself a satin or silk pillowcase. Both of these combined will help keep your curls intact. You will have less frizz. You will have less damage. You will have less struggle brushing it out. I brush out every day because I don't use a bonnet. I don't have one. There's one in my cart. It's been in my Amazon cart for months, but I haven't bought it yet. They're not that expensive, honestly. How big of a bonnet should you use? Depends on how much hair you have. If you have like short hair, use a small bonnet. If you have long hair, like my hair is very long, large, loose bonnet is what I should be using. I'll get one. I will, I promise. Yeah, use a satin or silk bonnet. Silk, I prefer satin simply because of it's a how it's made type of thing, because silk is used by silkworms, and I don't know the what's the word I'm looking for, like how they harvest this. I don't know the ethical nature of harvesting silkworms. I don't know. So to prevent that, I'm just gonna use satin, because whatever. Also, if you don't know where your part is, you have a natural part. Everybody does. You brush all your hair back, all of it. Just brush it back, okay? Just do it, okay? And your hair's brushed back. You can do one of two things. What I like to do is just take my hands like this and I'll push forward until I find where my hair wants to part. Where I want to part it. I usually part it over here. So, see that? There's the split right there. And I will just brush it that way. Alright, so there's a lot to know when you're getting into your curly hair journey. Okay, first, you might not know your curl pattern until you get your hair wet and you brush it out. And that's okay. Get your hair wet. Brush it out. Ouch. There's a big knot I have right back here. I'm trying to get it out. Okay. Get your hair wet, brush it out with a detangling brush. A detangle brush allows you to slip through knots and work them out instead of ripping them out. If you get a brush that is not detangled and you have a big knot, it's gonna rip your hair. So please, detangle brush. All right, so once your hair is fully detangled, we are going to talk about products. Now, I did say products because there are multiple. You will find yourself purchasing many different types of products. All of them do different things. Now, I already did this and my phone didn't record for some reason. But how you apply your products matters just as much as what product you're using and what the weather is like. That's right, your hair is affected by weather. Today is kind of is warm, but it's not super humid. So I'm gonna go in with Scala. This is great. I got it from the TikTok shop because I like to try out new things with my hair, and that was one of them, and I like it. It's a great leave-in conditioner. You can also use it as a regular conditioner, but I didn't find the benefits of that. You're gonna use a lot of product. You're gonna fill up this part of your hand. You're gonna scoop it out. It's gonna be this much product. That's a lot of product. You're gonna put your hands together and twist it. That's basically you're emulsifying it. You're warming it up a little bit in your hands. Just, put together, twist. Okay, you're gonna have even product on your hands, and you're gonna start raking it through your hands. Just start from the roots like this, and you're gonna rake it down, rake it in through with your fingers. Okay, make sure you get the back. Just rake it, concentrate on the roots, rake it in through your fingers. You don't have to smooth it. Okay, you're gonna flip your hair over to the other side, get the same amount of product. This is how I do it. It's different for everybody, whatever's easiest for you. So you warm it up a little bit, rake it in, just rake it in, okay, through your finger comb, through your hair. All right, again, you don't have to smooth it in like that, but when you are done, you should hear the product squish. A lot of people will take their curls and they will, if you have looser curls, you're gonna wanna do this. You're gonna take your hair, you're gonna scrunch it. Just kind of gather it into your hands, and you're gonna hear this sound. That's a product squish. It's going to define your curls. A lot of people will talk about curl clumps. If you want a clump of curls, you're gonna take prayer hands like this, and you're gonna smooth it through your hair. Some people like that. I prefer finger raked, because I have my curl pattern is tighter. If you have wavier hair, it might be a good idea to do that. You could also do like a rake prayer hands combo thing. If I do that, I end up with very tight clumps that don't have any bounce. They look very stiff, almost as if I have dreads. So I don't do that for myself. Everybody's hair journey is gonna be different. Now, why did I choose Scala today? Because it's not very humid, but it's warm. It's gonna be warm, and it's gonna be maybe kind of humid. The heat index is not very high. If you're on a day where it's going to be humid out, or you're going to be outside all day, humid, use a gel. In my opinion, on my what's the word I'm looking for? For me, I use a gel. I like this one by Aunt Jackie. It's a Don't Shrink gel. Because shrinkage is real. When you have curly hair and you're embracing your natural curlies, shrink. It will shrink. My hair is this long. If it's really humid, it will be this long. I'm gonna lose like 6 to 8 inches. So that's a gel, works really well for that. Same way, same amount, you scoop and warm it up, same amount, same way. If it's cold and kind of icy outside, I will use a cream. I'm almost out of this one. This is the Shea Moisture Strengthen and Restore Smoothie. If you have damaged hair, this is a really good one for you, but it is heavy. So if you have lighter curls, 2 to 3, like a 2A to 3A pattern, probably not get as heavy. Shea Moisture has a lot of other products that aren't as heavy, like a curl custard. But this one, the curl smoothie, is very thick, very, very thick. This one is my favorite. The Maui Moisture Coconut. This one, you can read it. Coconut Quench, whatever. I'm almost out of that one too. So yeah, this is my favorite one. This one is actually pretty universal. Can't find it in the stores. Got to order it on Amazon. Pretty universal for weather, if it's hot, humid, but it is a heavier product. So if you are one that can't have hair on the back of their neck when they're outside doing whatever, go with the gel if it's hot and humid. This one, very good. So these are 4 different kinds. They all do very different things. And again, weather depending is going to determine what type of product you want. Last step. I purposefully did not get dressed until now because it's wet hair on your clothes. It's just easier. Do your hair after you've applied your product. Then you can go in with your final step, blow drying. Blow dryer, regular, just whatever blow dryer. Get yourself one that has this. They all look different. This is called a diffuser. I don't diffuse my hair because I like a wash and go. So you're gonna put it on. I don't think this one goes with this. All right, so you put it on. You blow dry your hair. Some people will do it upside down. You can do it like to your side. Whatever you do it so that the cup part is facing up. On a cool heat would be fine. High, medium, low, doesn't matter. It's your preference. We're gonna do up like this, and you're just gonna put your hair in the bowl and you're gonna hold it there, and you're just gonna go up into the bowl and hold it there. How long? 30 seconds. And you're just gonna do that. And you notice how when you flip your hair over, I am making sure it's rotating around. Some people, you're gonna disrupt your curls if you start over here and then you just kind of flop it over here. Don't. You know, my hair's so wet, so it's okay. But you wanna rotate your hair. You flip your hair, do the same over here till it's as dry as you want. Some people are like, 50% dry. It doesn't matter how dry, it's your hair. You do it how you want. And that's it. It's 12:06. I have not mowed the lawn, and I don't want to mow the lawn. I could mow the lawn. It definitely needs to be mowed, especially in the back. But there's all kinds of foliage that needs to be pulled out of the yard too because of my stupid neighbor. But Russ is gonna make steaks. He's been marinating them in Dr. Pepper for overnight, and I have to figure out how I'm gonna make I gotta make steak sauce, because I made steak sauce last time we did this, marinated in Dr. Pepper, but I don't remember what I put in it. So hopefully it comes out the same or similar. You know, we have this right here. It's a clothes drying rack. My mom got us, and instead of trying to decide how to fold it up like I thought he was gonna do, he just threw it in this corner over here. It's fine. I've decided that those plants, I won't mow, but I need to get rid of those tall plants outside. So I'm getting my gloves and some, what do you call these, pruners or whatever. Let's go outside. One thing's for sure and two things for certain. I'm not very good at gardening or lawn maintenance. And the other thing, I forgot what it was. I don't know. I'm not good.
I'm not old enough yet, but thank you for the comment. I wanted to get on here and talk about the presidential debate of last night. And I wanted to make something very clear to people, that what was at stake before those 90 minutes occurred is still at stake right now. Yes, Biden stumbled over his words throughout the debate, and yes, Trump had more visible energy, but he was energetically spreading misinformation and telling bold-faced and egregious lies. The point being, it's not about those two individuals. It's not about this one debate. It's not about those 90 minutes. It's about the fact that we, as the people, have seen throughout these last 8 years what is going on with our own eyes. The hardcore facts that we ourselves can bear witness to. We act as eyewitnesses to the latter part of a decade when it comes to what is going on in our country. It's not about an individual politician. It's about the people. It's about us. And we need to remember that. Because when we get out to vote, which we all should, no one should be withholding their vote. And if you dare withhold your vote over 90 minutes or choose not to vote at all, I want you to understand that you are giving up your right to vote. You are giving up your right to have a voice, to express your voice, to have any type of say-so in who represents you. You're giving up that right. And you're also giving up your right to uphold our democracy. And for those who are audacious enough to get into my comments and claim that we do not have a democracy, we have a constitutional republic or a democratic republic, I'll ask you this. Because I'm not going to get into the whole semantics of what each one of those things means and how you are misguided and misinformed. But I will say this. Do you want a dictatorship? Because it seems like when I talk about upholding our democracy, people want to talk about, oh, we don't have a democracy to uphold. Do you want a dictatorship is the real question. Our system currently is broken. We understand that. But if we devolve into a dictatorship and we allow ourselves to devolve into a fascist regime, it'll be even worse than any of us could possibly imagine. We can argue and debate all we want to now and go and protest and do all the things we desire to do now as a people. But under a dictator, you don't have those rights to defy your government, to go against your government, to speak out against your government. You don't have those rights. They don't exist. Your voice does not matter. You are quite literally silenced. We've seen some silencing before throughout our history. We've seen people buy out seats, pour money into campaigns from big corporations and entities. We've seen that happening. Imagine that, but on a scale unfathomable. Because that's what a dictatorship is. And right now, something that was not mentioned in the debate that I wish was talked about, Project 2025 is laying the groundwork for a dictatorship because it doesn't happen overnight. These are building blocks, brick by brick, things that are put into place to make it so that a dictatorship comes into existence. It doesn't just instantly exist. So I want people to understand that this debate, albeit a show, albeit a spectacle, albeit something that we as the American people watched and observed, that's not what it's about. It's about not allowing this country to crumble from the inside out. You think foreign threats is how really powerful nations fall? No, it's a degradation from within. It's division from within. It's when we can't even see each other anymore that we become our own worst enemy. And we cause ourselves to dissolve from within, to crumble from within. So I'm asking you, all the people, don't matter which side of the aisle that you own, is that what you want? Is that what you desire? We've seen the Supreme Court strike down rights. We've read the part of Project 2025 that talks about replacing career civil servants with partisan loyalists. We have seen this stuff happening all around us. And it's time that we go and stop it. Because right now, our democracy's on the ballot, our voice is on the ballot, our rights are on the ballot. And when I hear people talk about how they don't want to vote, they're not going to vote at all, it's insane to me. I understand the sentiment that we feel like we don't have good options on either side, but I don't agree with it because we know that it's not about the individual person. I said this already. It's not about the individual person. You're not just voting for one man, one person, one politician. That's not what you're voting for. You're voting for all of us as a people and what type of country you want to live in. And I tend to not bash individuals, but I want y'all to focus up. One of our presidential candidates, a candidate for the presidency of the United States of America, is being sentenced for his felony convictions in less than a month. This should not be a conversation. We look ridiculous that this is even an option, that this is even a thing. We look ridiculous. White supremacists and misogynists are now emboldened to say the quiet parts out loud. We have people right now who are trying to claim that people are doing abortions after birth. By definition of abortion, that is an impossibility. Those don't happen. It's not true. We have people who are right now actively trying to justify gun violence and mass shootings and then rewrite certain aspects and parts of their constitution to fit their agenda, even on a state level. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I've said this before and I'll say it again for those who are trying to withhold their vote and not vote at all because both sides have bad candidates. It's not true because both sides are not about their candidates. And you shouldn't just be about one individual person either. What you should be about is the stuff that happens, the things that are passed, the things that aren't passed, the policies, the initiatives, the climate of our society. That's what you should be concerned with. That's what you should be voting for. What will keep us with our rights and our freedoms? Freedom of speech does not exist in a dictatorship. Get out there and go vote. We've never in the history of our country had what we're having happen right now. Never has a president made the choice to not give up their seat amicably and with respect and dignity after losing. Right now is not the time to be protesting your vote and protesting via not voting. That's not this time. That's not what we do right now. Right now, you exercise your right to vote and you protest a broken system. You vote and. But you can't just do the and part and not vote at all. Vote and. Get out there and vote. The debate was an atrocity. It was atrocious to watch. But it's not about those 90 minutes. It's about what we've seen in our own lifetime with our own eyes and what this country will devolve into if we don't get out and vote. So get out and vote.
All right, so this, what am I doing? I have a tripod. One moment. Better, much better. So, this is what we're doing here. I have in this pot on a medium high currently the Dr. Pepper that the steaks had been marinating in. So meat juice, so instead of wasting it, we're gonna try to create steak sauce. Now I did it before, but I don't remember and I didn't keep track of what I put in the steak sauce. What I do know is that I boiled it till it became clear. Didn't know Dr. Pepper came clear until I did that. Yeah, it'll boil and then it'll become clear. So that's gonna take some time. Let's do that. So my question here is, what is in Dr. Pepper that gives it the brown color? It's not clear yet, if you can see. I stir it every once in a while, but you see like on my spoon is like brown flakes of stuff. What, and if I let this sit and bubble, it gets a brown film on the top. I don't know what's in Dr. Pepper to make it do that. But I'm sure all the colored sodas do something like that. Alright, it's boiling. We're just going to let it boil, and we want it to steam off a lot of the liquid because we want a saucy consistency, and that requires thickening. So we can steam off. It's going to boil and boil it down like that.
Honey?
What? So I put a thing on the back of my phone, on my cover, to help, like, so I can hold my phone or whatever. It doesn't fit very well in the tripod. It's over there. I mean, it works. It's fine. Anyway, so here I boiled it a lot, and it didn't turn clear. That's okay, I think. So I'm just boiling it still, trying to see it's like thickening. You can see it's not as watery. I mean, it's still watery. We're waiting for it to get a little bit thicker. Oh, hello. And this just, I've added onion powder and steak seasoning. Which steak seasoning? It literally just says steak seasoning. Where is it? Here. Oh, I guess I added a little bit of this one. Brown sugar, bourbon, or whatever. But also the other one, where is somewhere else? It just says, I grabbed the same one. It says steak seasoning. Steak seasoning from Stone Mill. I think that's an Aldi brand. Yeah, and also onion powder, like Great Value onion powder. What is wrong with this thing? Won't go down. Oh. It's fine. Everything's fine. Anyway, so I added my powders. I'm still gonna wait for this to go down a little bit more. A little bit more of the liquid get boiled off. And then I'm gonna add some Worcestershire and some teriyaki seasoning. Juice. Whatever. I don't have that much left, so this much teriyaki and probably about the equivalent of the Worcestershire. And then I'll boil that some more and it should be good. Alright, I'm gonna sit down now. I've finished the steak sauce. Meat sauce, steak sauce, I don't know. I don't know which one called steak sauce, sure. Russ helped me put it in the little jar. This jar here had a label on it. It used to have maple syrup in it, like 100 years ago. And yeah, so we helped put it in the jar. It made just enough and a little bit extra. That was in there. What's in there is that's what was left in the pot. Would not fit. But I'm warm now. I have the meat sweats. Couldn't finish everything.
How dare you not finish everything?
I know, I'm sorry. I'm horrible. Now I have to poop. It is time for me to put together an overnight bag. I am going to Fon Du Lac in my overnight bags. I use like a swag bag that we got from freaking somewhere. Anyway, this is the one this one's not a swag bag. It's got like, it's like the backpack. Just a sec. I'm getting there. My thing's falling out. Okay. This bag that has the ties here that like cinch. I mean, it's like a backpack. Anyway, just pack a shirt and a skirt and shoes. Well, I'm wearing shoes. Just pack like a shirt, something for tomorrow. You know, I don't even know what I'm wearing tomorrow. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Anyway, I did a hair tutorial. Did you watch it? I posted a video. There's gonna be 2 videos today for Saturday. You're welcome. One, just my daily vlog. Here it is, me talking about whatever. Why am I packing an overnight bag? Because I'm going to Fon Du Lac and I'm spending the night with my friend. I am an adult who has sleepovers. That's what happens. We order some food, we watch movies, we talk about life and liberty and the freedom of happiness. We don't, but we do talk about life. Anyways, I'm gonna do that and then I'm gonna go. I've made it to Fon Du Lac. I am going in. I'm gonna drop my purse first, okay? Because that's important. It's important to drop your purse every once in a while. Alright, well, anyways, that's the archway to wherever. Anyway, to Fon Du Lac. Here I go, inside. Oh, the cat left. Maine. Good evening. As you can tell, it's dark outside. Does the cat do these?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So Corny and I went for barbecue. And then we watched what did we watch? I forgot the name.
The Messiah.
The Messiah. Yeah.
Judas.
Because I am trying to learn more about. There's the cat. That's Binks. Oh, she's trying to eat the phone. You cat. So, I don't have anything to add. Cats are weird. Have yourself a great night. Tomorrow's Sunday, so I'll see you Monday. Toodles.